Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. And according to the title, I'm engaged. Wow. I'd like to take this moment to thank God, my fiance, and Pinterest. Nah, for real though, I am super duper uber excited for my engagement. I'm excited just about all of it. I mean, like in the ring, like she's sparkly, like she's beautiful. Oh. So I wanted to kind of make this video, I don't know, as a chill way of announcing that I'm engaged. Not that it's like, you know, to all 5 of my subscribers, like, God bless you and thank you for continually watching this shit show of mine. So a little background on me and my fiance. We are high school sweethearts. I've known him since I was in the 6th grade, but we started dating senior year of high school and we've been together ever since. So it's been 4.5 years now. In April it will be 5 years of us dating. So I was, to say that I was expecting this, it sounds a bit harsh. I wasn't expecting it, but I was really hoping that it was coming soon. And like, obviously we had talked about it. So yeah, that was like step 1, obviously, is getting engaged. But I am excited about my engagement. I kind of wanted to go over like my ideas about wedding planning, like what I'm interested in, what kind of vibe I'm gonna go for. So I guess that's like it, you know? So one of the first things that I did after getting engaged was download The Knot. Now, I have had experience with The Knot because I am a event coordinator and we have inquiries go through The Knot all the time, and I myself have made a fake Knot account just to see like if I got married, how many people, who would I invite, you know, what venues are out there, that sort of thing. So The Knot is not unfamiliar to me at all. So once I cleared my old Knot account and got my new one, I put in what date I think that we would go for. I was able to like heart the different venues. Granted, my ceremony location, I already know where I want. I just have to look into dates kind of thing. I'm hoping next month to be able to look into reception venues as far as to like get our date set, because that's the one thing in my brain where I'm like, okay, I think this is it, if not the weekend before, but that's just like when I want it to be. Other than just like the venues and like putting your date and stuff, I really like the feature where you can add your guest list. So with this guest list, you can like put all of your people, and it's really nice because say like my brother, I can put his name and then I can put my sister-in-law with him, so it's like a part of their party. I don't know, maybe that's common knowledge, but I think that's cool. And then it tells you like how many guests are at the top, and obviously you can add like addresses and phone numbers, which I think is really neat, especially nowadays when like you may not have everyone's address. And so I have a lot of them because I usually send out Christmas cards, but we will see. I might have lost a couple, but so the last thing that I really like about The Knot is being able to see a preliminary checklist, seeing if those things apply to me, if I want them to apply to me, and it helps me like incorporate that into my altogether checklist, which I'm making. So I was super interested in the idea of getting a wedding planner, not the person, but the book. Etsy has a lot of them that look really cool, and you can get some where you just like download it. It's like the $3 or $4 version where you buy the PDF and then you can print it. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cheaper than the $45 book, but the book looks cool. But then I was like, I know myself and I know that I'm gonna want to put it together myself. So I'm just going on Canva and I'm kind of like putting together like vendor, like random information right now from what I've been seeing on Pinterest. And then I can put it all into a binder, and then I'll be able to add pages, subtract pages as I go, edit it, replace pages with new wording, that sort of thing. So I'm really excited to get that like kind of done and printed and be able to just like put it in a binder. I also like the idea of a binder because then I can have like files in there, so that way any contracts or receipts or whatever, like I can keep it all in there and then I won't lose it, because that's the important part. So like I said, the biggest thing for me right now is to set a date, which I think I have in mind, and I'm hoping next month to be able to look at it and really like get the deposits in, get the contracts going, and like get my date set. And the other thing is, like, I already know my bridesmaids, like who I want to be. I haven't asked them yet. I want to do some cool like DIY boxes, so I'm hoping to like show you kind of how I do that. I really love what the knot can offer, as well as keeping a binder to keep myself organized, and I'm going to be the one planning everything. I do not need a planner necessarily because we're not going to the nines. My fiance is super helpful as well. He loves to give his opinions, so I actually have help in that department. But with planning, we're not having a giant wedding. We're thinking maybe 175. I'm hoping for September 2022. Hopefully by then all of this madness has settled down a little bit, because it is kind of hard trying to think, can I have all my family there? That sort of thing. So I'm going to be planning it myself, and because it can't be like a reception to the nines, like we'd want like full-on champagne toast, like plated dinner, like all of that, we're gonna be kind of taking it a different avenue, I think, is what we've discussed, is just like doing an alternative reception. Like we just want it to be a big party where everyone's having a great time and enjoying themselves. So as far as like colors and themes, I'm a little like all over the place. I really like the idea of like jewel tones, like green and burgundy and navy and like amethyst purple and like golds and all that stuff, but I think it might be too many colors. Like for my main colors, I'm thinking maybe burgundy and navy, but then it wouldn't really make sense to throw purple in there unless it's like in my bouquet. Like it's really tricky because I'm not a colorful person on the day-to-day, but for some reason like I want all these jewel tones, like earthy tones involved. And my fiance said that the burgundy and green made him think too much of Christmas, and I don't know if that's because we just came off of Christmas, so it was in his mind, but I'm gonna have to reel that in myself. But these are kind of some of my inspo picks. Definitely love the more natural like florals and like outside and nature and twinkle lights, and just kind of going easy that way. So we'll definitely see. I'm kind of like speaking this just to see what my expectations are, like what I'm thinking I'm gonna do versus what I actually end up doing. It's kind of like a lot to decide, and I know that like obviously I have my fiance to help me, so that's really great. But as far as the theme, this is what the examples are what you get. I don't know what else. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what my colors are. Like I said, probably like navy and burgundy with gold. We'll see. Now moving on for the preliminary planning on just like what's off the top of my head. My dress I'm not too concerned about. I don't have a single style in mind. I know I usually like things that hug my body a little bit more, but I'm just gonna go in it with an open mind, look for it, see what's, you know, what looks good, and then go from there, because I always think things won't look good on me, and then the things I like do and don't, you know. So I'm very open-minded with what dress I'm gonna have, very open-minded with like bridesmaids dresses. Also, what we're thinking for the food. The food is like one of the most important parts. Like I said, we're kind of doing an alternative, like, not alternative, it's really not that alternative, but just like, it's not as formal, but I definitely still want semi-formal attire. I'm just saying, I don't like when people wear jeans to weddings. So we're thinking like food trucks for the food, like 2 or 3 different varieties, and then having pastries and like a pastry bar, a dessert bar instead of a cake. Cake is just lame, and I love desserts more than I love cake. And there's also a local pastry artist who does stuff like that, so let's hope that we can involve that. As far as the budget goes, I don't know my budget yet. My fiance and I have kind of talked about it, but again, very preliminary numbers. The things I'm willing to splurge on would be a photographer and potentially a videographer, just because those are like, that's how you're going to remember your wedding. Like, I don't want to spend an extra $50 on votives for the tables when that could go towards tipping my photographer or getting another option for the pastries, or, you know, just another option for the food trucks. Or I really want everyone to like it. I just want it to be a big party. So I'm super nervous for planning the wedding. I really want to have fun with it, but I also want to like get into the meaning of like, why are we getting married? Like, I don't want to get lost in the planning, as I know several people do, where you're looking forward to the wedding more than you are the marriage. And that's not the case, but it is a lot when it's like, as soon as you get this ring on your finger, you're like, now I have all this stuff to do. Which is also why we want it to be 2022 and not 2021, because we don't have the time to have it in 2021. Like, that's just too soon. We need way more time to plan. So and lastly, a honeymoon. I'm not sure what we're thinking. Like, I don't even know if we have thought about going on a honeymoon, if we want to, if we want to do something where we relax, or if there's like activities. That's just something that's like for future us to think about, because right now we have way too much to think about. Way too much. So that's it for what I think the wedding's gonna be right now. Like I said, I kind of did this for fun, just to see like how much of my mind do I actually change, what do I actually go through with, and what fits in my budget, which doesn't. Am I gonna look back on this and think like, wow, you were insane, that never happened, nor would it. So I'm really excited to kind of like look back on this and see what I ended up doing. That's it for the tools that I'm going to be using for planning, as well as my predictions for what might happen. We'll see if that changes, but if you want to keep up with me on this journey, I'm hoping to do a lot of DIYs. Again, I don't have the huge budget that I want, but I want it to be a certain way. So again, thank you for watching, especially up to this point. If you like, give me a thumbs up, please. Comment down below what you're looking forward most to your wedding, or what was your favorite part of your past wedding. I would love to know. Is there any pointers that I need? I've been like binge watching YouTube for it. But also subscribe to me if you want to keep up with this journey, because I am so excited to document kind of like this process. But it's crazy. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.